What's up, everyone? We are back with another episode of Real Talk with Real Fitness. And today we got special guest Matt Johnson, who's been with Real Fitness over 10 years. And what a lot of people probably don't know is Matt is incredibly accomplished in jujitsu. So people don't know we got a jujitsu superstar walking around the gym. We see him throwing around the heavyweights, but they don't know he's also throwing people around on the mat. So Matt, it's that
Thank
Yeah,
kind of
welcome.
bring us up to speed. Bring us up to speed on your jujitsu career. Let people know who's walking around in Real Fitness.
Yeah, well, first, thanks for having me. I'm excited
For
to be
sure.
here with you guys. It's nice to see everybody outside of the
Good
gym.
to have you, man. It's good to have you.
Happy to see you. Yeah, so I've been competing since April of this year, and I've been doing pretty well. I've won 3 golds, and my last competition was August 2nd. I got silver, but I'm hoping to see the guy again in the future. I got a different plan. I've got one on the books November 1st, and maybe a couple more one and after that, October and December.
Nice. What first pulled you into jujitsu?
I was looking for something more. I was training with you guys, and I was just looking for something a little extra, and I just couldn't quite figure it out and started doing the research. And I've always had this sort of bug to just want to learn how to defend myself. And so I found the Gracies down in Torrance and just walked in. It was a Saturday afternoon. My wife and I, not wife at the time, but we were driving around. I said, "Hey, let's go in here. Let's check this out." Walked in. They were very welcoming. And just kind of went from there.
And let me ask, so like, because for viewers, people in the gym though, but for people who are never seen you in person, give us your stats. What's your physical stats? You got to let us know. Because I feel like I got to add some context here. What's your physical stat?
Yeah. Let's see. So I'm 6'7". At the time, I think I was 225.
So that right there wasn't enough. You were like, even though I'm bigger than 99% of the population, I also need to know jujitsu.
I need more.
His hand is as big as my foot. It's crazy. Yeah. He puts a hand on you and I'm scared. I'm like, oh, just don't squeeze.
Yeah.
Not your usual ordinary human.
So Matt is not just a physical born unit, but he knows how to throw down. So with the training at Real Fitness, how do you feel like the strength training has it helped? Has it given you an edge in jiu-jitsu?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, so since 2016, I've fluctuated in weight a little bit. Some of those were fat years. When I really got focused and training with you guys, I put on just a ton of muscle, got a lot stronger. I weigh 295 now, body fat's lower. And it definitely helps. People feel it when I'm rolling with them. If I get on top, it's a really bad day for them, no matter what belt level. Yeah,
Try to manipulate
you
said 2.5?
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that must, just dead weight, just trying to move you. Gosh.
On a bad day.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it between the strength training and just the everyday fitness that I get from you guys on the other days, it's just been incredibly helpful.
Yeah, what's your current routine right now for classes?
So I'm at Real Fitness 3 to 4 days a week, and then I do jujitsu 3 days a week. And yeah, it's great.
What specific training style, things that you've done at our gym that you carried over that works with your jiu-jitsu to enhance all your abilities?
Yeah, that's kind of a loaded question.
I threw in some stuff to make it fancy.
Well, I'll say this, on Thursday, I turned 51.
Wow. Congratulations.
This coming Thursday, not last Thursday.
Last Thursday. Yeah.
Man, happy late birthday.
Happy belated. Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, welcome to
right here.
Well, if you don't know, as some of you know who are in their 40s, 50s, you can wake up and things just kind of happen. And I look at my wife and I'm like, "Did you kick me last night or something?" Because you just wake up sore. But what I love about Real Fitness and why it's so important to stay active with the things we do at your gym is we stretch before and after. All of these things you see online. And this was really important for me because things happen, shoulder thing, back hurts, whatever, knees, and you start Googling and you look things up and you find physical therapists that are talking about different solutions or ways to fix any given issue. And it just got to the point where I was like, wait a minute, we do all of this stuff at Real Fitness. And we really do. All of the, between the stretching and the different strength training and the personalized coaching you really get, not just with private stuff or the small group, but even in the normal classes, if something doesn't look right to the trainers, instructors, they'll come over and talk to you and fix something, help you do the movement better. So that's been really important for me. And that's directly translated over to jujitsu, because in jujitsu, you're in weird positions all the time. You're twisting, foot locks, whatever, headlocks. And so learning about all of these different types of movements really helps. And it's a direct translation, I've found.
When you're training jujitsu and you're at the jujitsu gym, do they do any kind of strength training? Do they do any weight training, any calisthenics there when you're there training? Or are you just specifically working on skills and endurance and sparring, so on and so forth?
Yeah, so we used to do like a small warm up before class. I'm not sure what happened there, but we haven't done that for years. So to answer your question, we normally just get there and it's up to you to sort of stretch before you get to class or before the instructor comes out. And then we do an hour of technique and then about 30 to 40 minutes of sparring. Each sparring, I guess, time is about 5-6 minutes.
Yeah. And do they pair you up with your belts, with the belt ranking, or with weights, or it's just random?
Just random. I spar from black belts to a beginner. We have combative belts, which is it's a in between white belt and blue belt.
Okay.
Wow.
How does it go? Does it go white like Taekwondo style, like white, then yellow, and orange, and so on, or is it a little bit more condensed?
It's different. There are a lot more colored belts as kids.
Yeah.
It's like yellow, green, green, yellow. I forget all the different kinds, but the adult classes, you start off as a white belt, and there's no sparring for about 6 months, and then you test to get your combatives belt, which is kind of it's the in between white and blue, and you're allowed to start sparring and get into it's called master cycle, where you start learning all of the counters and all of the more advanced stuff you learned as a white belt.
Yeah.
And then once you've done that for about 6 months or so, and if they feel like you're ready, they'll give you a blue belt. And then after blue, it's purple, brown, and black.
Yeah.
The award ceremonies are twice a year.
And that's when you up in your rank.
Yep.
Everybody's the same.
Black
Everybody's
belts
the same. Oh,
Go ahead, Lucho.
everybody's the same as far as the time frame of getting to your next level, or did you get
No.
sooner? No.
At each belt, you can get stripes. So it's anywhere from, so you start off with no stripes, and then you can get up to like 4 stripes. And the coaches, they watch you and kind of see where you're at, and they'll kind of spar with you every once in a while just to kind of get a feel for where you're at. Yeah. So,
and I'm sure they're looking for not only like the physical edge, but the mental edge as well, I would imagine.
For sure. And culture.
So like that, it's sort of like a chess match between, like I box more. I've never done jujitsu, weirdly enough. I've done pretty much every other martial art except for jujitsu. But it's a chess match, it's a back and forth. You got to watch, you got to observe, you got to find openings, you got to find patterns, you got to find, vulnerabilities, so on and so forth. Now, did the strength training at Real Fitness, did that help you with your confidence and your mental fortitude when you're on the mat?
Definitely. It's interesting. There was a moment where I was sparring with some of the upper belts, and I noticed that I was tapping them. And on more than one occasion, they've said, "Hey, how often are you coming now? Are you coming more, or are you taking privates or something?" I'm like, "No, I'm just training at Real Fitness and just showing up." And, they could feel it. So,
Yeah, of course. I mean, can you imagine a jiu-jitsu move where you're flipping somebody over you?
yeah,
I mean, that's a big drop.
a big drop for me too.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's going to be flipping you over, but yeah.
Yeah, I've had, I have to like toot my own horn here, but I definitely have put in the work, right?
Yeah.
And, I've had
You
people
have
on
to.
more than one occasion say, "Man, you're really strong," or it's so unfair that you can just move me wherever you want. It doesn't happen on its own. You gotta go to the gym and put the work in.
Yeah.
So like on Friday, John does an open gym program, and then he also has a workout on the board. And now, do you generally go for more open gym, or do you do the workout on the board? And if you do go for open gym, what are your go-to exercises?
So on Fridays, I usually do kind of a combination because the workouts that are posted are really good and I want to do them, but there's also things that we don't necessarily get to in the normal classes that I try to work in, like, specific neck stuff for training for jujitsu, bench press. So those are lately my main go-tos.
What's
I
your
do
bench at now?
some leg stuff too, deadlifts. Yeah, really helpful.
What's your max bench at now? Do you know?
Let's see. A couple months ago, I think I maxed at 350.
350.
350.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you shooting for anything on there, or are you just trying to get that up?
No, I'm full disclosure, I'm shooting for 405.
Wow.
Four
Man.
plates
Wow.
each side.
Right.
Man.
You gotta let us. You gotta let us know, man.
Yeah,
We
you
gotta
gotta
get that on
let
video.
us know.
That is for sure. 350 is for sure the facility record. So you're just
Yeah.
gonna keep building
Yeah.
on the. We need to get some kind of like plaque, like bench press thing. Actually, you know
Yeah.
what? You need to like maybe your name should be etched on a barbell. That's what
I think so.
Picture on the wall.
Like you set. You've. Yeah.
We'll finally see like a
Wow.
barbell bend while somebody's doing a bench
Yeah,
press.
yeah.
You know?
What is that your favorite? What's your just personal favorite exercise? Like the one day of the week when you're like, I can't wait to do this. Like what do you just love the most?
Followed by the least favorite.
Yeah. That's a trick question too. So probably my most favorite are the neck stuff and the bench press. I look forward to doing that stuff because it's in jujitsu, at least the gym that I go to, and unless you've been in like college wrestling or anything, nobody really works their neck. And it definitely has an advantage when you're rolling around and bench press, pushing people off of you and redirecting, and it's helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Least favorite, lunges. I despise lunges.
Lunges.
Despise. He says despise.
The suitcase where you're holding the kettlebells at your side and you're just lunging.
Yeah.
I mean, you're also, to be fair, you're covering a lot more distance in a lunge
yeah.
than everyone else. So it's like a lunge for you is a lot harder than like me at 5'11". So I get it.
It's a long way to go.
I train a couple of big guys like you, and their lunges, it's balance. Like Peter said, there's so much more distance to cover, much more ground to cover. Yeah.
And the burning sensation is more intense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
it's one of those things where I know it's good for me, so I just kind of
that's it.
Just bite down and bear it and get it done.
That's it.
Now you talked about like a lot of twisted movements, and you're in a lot of strange movements. Do you, because so far what I'm hearing is like bench press, I'm hearing deadlift, and I don't know if the guys know or not, but you also bought another piece of equipment for the gym. It's the iron neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this sort of contraption that fits around your head, and it's got all these anchor points around it, and you can just start to work your neck and all the. I've used it a couple times too, so I'm happy that it's part of the gym. What I'm getting at is so you're talking about a lot of sort of linear, bilateral type exercises. Now, are you doing any kind of unilateral type movements? Any sort of frontal plane, transverse? Are you conscientiously putting that in, or do you just let like the workout on the board, which would probably have these exercises? Do you just follow that on the board for that stuff?
Yeah, I've typically just followed the stuff on the board.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's not, when you show up to any given class, you're not just getting focus on one muscle group. It's whole body, and you're doing things each class that are from day to day that are different. So you're really covering everything. And that's one of the things I love about you guys. I tried going to like LA Fitness. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but
yeah, it's all right.
It's,
say it.
He
it's
said
a
tried
big
going
open
to.
gym.
So...
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I was there for a
interrupted
little
you.
bit.
Yeah.
It's very enticing. They've got the pool and the hot tub, but left to my own devices, I'm not doing the things that I'm doing with you guys, or getting the instruction, or progressing nearly as quickly as I would, with you.
Yeah, I had a LA Fitness membership at that Playa Vista LA. I just canceled it like when my son was born, so like 5 months ago. But it's funny because I would run into current and past Real Fitness members, and they give me this look like, "Why are you here? Like, why are you in here?" Oh, it was funny to be very shocked. Like, are you still at Real Fitness? Why are you here?
Yeah, you have 2 words: leg press. Yeah, I'm here for the
Why
leg
are you there,
press.
Peter?
Yeah, I'd always tell them it's the few. We've had Real Fitness for 13 years. It's sometimes just nice to just get out of the place that you work in.
Yeah.
And it's just to be in a different environment. And I also just like to use the machines. It was just a little different. It's just a nice little change of pace. But yeah, it was funny. They'd be like, why are you here? And I thought I was going to use the pool and the basketball court, and I never ever touched that. And so,
yeah,
It's kind of weird too, when you go to the jacuzzi and there's this, or the hot tub, and there's like 5 people in there, you're like, I don't know about this.
I will also say, I don't know if you noticed because you've been in the gym a long time, and I can, I feel like when you've been training with us for a while, you kind of start to understand fitness, and you see how we put together workouts and tell you how to do things. So when you go to an LA Fitness and now people are left to their own devices, you kind of see some things where you're like, man, what are you doing right now? I'm sure you see some exercises and you're like, I think I know what you're trying to do, but that's not it. Like you just see some wild stuff. And I hold back because I don't want to be that guy to like walk up and be like, hey, just so you know, you should. But there's some things where I'm like, I think I know the exercise that you're going for, but that is not it right now.
Well, yeah, it's got to be especially hard for you guys knowing this stuff backwards and forwards and just seeing people. And you're like, wow, you're going to have a hard time getting up in the morning.
Mhm. So, like nutrition speaking, is there anything specific that you're doing there, or are you just prioritizing I'll let you take it, but anything specific in the nutrition?
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't quite figured out.
Okay.
I
That's the
know
battle.
that I can see that I can be better than where I currently am with what I'm currently doing. And, some of that has to do with nutrition, not getting nearly enough protein as I should.
I mean, how much protein for you? That's
that's
Yeah,
got to be tough because that's a
man,
big number.
You tell
man.
me. I mean, I think
Well,
I've
think a
tracked
gram
it a
per
little bit.
pound.
Yeah, I think I'm getting maybe like 150 grams, and I feel like it should probably be twice that.
That's like for
Yeah.
me. Yeah, yeah. Not try double. You probably double that for you.
And that's because I'm 185 pounds, and I don't even I should get that would be good if I got that, but it's tough. It's tough to
It is.
like that's a good amount, and yeah, for you need like you probably like 100 more grams in it, but that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not just eating a lot at one sitting. You're kind of trying to figure it out, so you're not like finishing a meal this big every time.
Yeah.
But you know what? Performance usually indicates, especially at it's the age of 51. If your performance, which it is going up, you're definitely doing something right.
Yeah.
You can ride off of like a shitty diet in your 20s and even like early 30s, but after that, what you eat really does play a factor in how well you do in the gym and in a sport. You're doing something right because if you did have a bad diet, it would definitely reflect on your performance. Because I personally noticed after like age 35 where I was like, as I started to eat better, it had a big factor on like my energy and just gym performance. Prior, you could kind of like I could eat a 20-piece McDonald's chicken McNugget for lunch and be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Mm.
That doesn't work now if I eat 20 chicken nuggets.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that helps with recovery too, right?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what to eat,
Yeah.
workouts, and let's see, I'm getting in 7 workouts a week.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So again, your nutrition that's fueling that. So you're
Yeah.
doing
And your
Yeah,
body's
you're going
asking for it.
strength and then endurance. So I'd imagine, you're going to need a lot of carbohydrates to fuel that. And
Yeah.
of course, you need that protein to recover.
I
Do you
mean,
have
I
a specific
yeah.
like pre-meal that you do before you go into competition?
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I just normally I have just like a normal breakfast. There was a long time where I didn't eat chicken or eggs. I still don't eat chicken, but I've started to work in eggs.
You just don't like the taste of it?
Yeah, going way back, but just as a kid growing up in Michigan, I worked at a chicken farm
Mm.
and a couple
Mhm.
summers, and
Nothing will put
kind
you
of
off
turned
chicken
me
like
off.
working on a chicken farm.
The
Yep.
It took me
smell.
the same if it was a slaughterhouse, but yeah,
Yeah.
just the it's just kind of gross. And so I just
Yeah.
associated the two. And
What was your job, your duties working at the chicken farm,
yeah,
whatever?
Yeah.
What did you have to do?
you walk into these barns and it's just like, it seemed like a mile long of just chickens and cages.
Mm-hmm.
And the top cages and the bottom. So whatever's going on in the top cage, it all filters through because they're just
Oh,
cages. And underneath all those cages are these troughs of rivers of, you could probably guess, feathers in the air, smells.
yeah, the smell.
Yeah. And so I would have to take the chickens out of those cages and put them into different cages to get shipped out to the country, whoever was the distributor or whoever was ordering them. And they're squirrely. They
Yeah,
get
they
out of
are.
there, they scratch you.
Uh-huh.
They do not like to be there.
How
And they
old were
let
you?
know.
Matt, how old were you when you were working here?
I was probably like 16.
Oh man.
15,
Okay,
16.
that's a job, man. That's
You gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah.
That was like your first development of like agility was
Yeah.
going after these chickens and having to like,
I need to work out.
Something got embedded then, like dodging chickens.
yeah.
So what is your protein? What is your source of protein?
So now it's eggs once in a while, meat. I love to cook barbecue. So I'll cook a brisket and just have that for the whole week.
Hey.
Steaks. We do fish once in a while, and pizza.
Oh.
So
What's your go-to? Where do you get your pizza from?
All over. A Pitfire pizza, sometimes
good.
Domino's, Hank's right up the street.
Oh man, you're a classic. You throw it back to the Domino's.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what's up.
Yeah.
You try Prime? You try Prime Pizza yet?
I haven't yet.
Ah,
Yeah.
Grandma's Pies. Awesome.
Any do you use any like supplements like a protein powder or anything, or just keep it straight food?
No, I do that too. So every morning I take 2 scoops, 10 grams of creatine.
Two scoops of 10, so you're getting 20 grams?
10 grams. So
10 grams total.
yep. With just water and then coffee. I put in, I think it's 25 milligrams of collagen protein just to get something in my system. And I'll have like a protein bar before I go work out. And then after I work out, I'll get in a protein shake with it's called Transparent Labs.
Yeah, I use those.
heard of
I've used
them.
them a lot. I use their protein and their creatine and one more. It's a vitality supplement for testosterone enhancement.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
great.
How long have you been doing the creatine for?
Probably about a year.
Did you feel a difference with that?
I did. Yeah, it just in doing my own research, I started off with 5 milligrams or 5 grams. I think it's milligrams. Whatever the little scooper is.
I think it's gram. I think
Yeah,
it's
I think they're grams.
it's like grams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started off with 5 grams, and then just through my own research and reading, I discovered that what happens is your muscles, they're pretty selfish, so they take all of that like right away. And anything above that, 10 to 20 milligrams, I think, it starts to go into brain health and I think tissue as well. So that's why I upped it to 10. But I've seen a difference. It helps wake you up in the morning. Yes, you do. I did gain a little weight right away, water weight, but it wasn't anything crazy. But I did feel like it helped me in the gym too, with just a little bit of an endurance kick. Maybe being able to make it through workouts a little more with a little more energy than normal.
Now, I would imagine that for you, your size is probably your biggest asset when you're on the mat. What would you say would be the one weak spot that you want to work on?
On the mats?
Yeah. And how could maybe RF address that?
Yeah, so I've got size and weight and I've got technique. One of my weaknesses, and just from the nature of being me, is space. You know, rolling with little guys or smaller guys or girls, they tend to find the spaces a little easier, and so I lose position. So being able to close those spaces, or at least figure out what they're doing, move more like a little guy. And for me, in real fitness, I think that means gaining more flexibility, a little more of those fast twitch muscles, learning how to react a little faster. Yeah, and just hip mobility, back mobility, those types of things.
What about movements like crawling, lateral crawling, and things like that? Would that be beneficial?
For sure. Bear crawling.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I would imagine Turkish get-ups would be a staple exercise
That's
for you.
definitely.
Yeah.
So I think they're called windmills.
Mm-hmm.
Windmills,
Yeah,
yeah.
windmills are great too. That
Those two.
increases your mobility.
Tough.
Yeah.
It's kind of in line
Now,
with Turkish get-ups.
so I didn't. I totally.
Oh,
What'd you say? About?
He said
It's
he
kind of
loves
in line
Turkish
with that.
get-ups,
Oh.
and he wants to do 100 of them every workout.
Oh
You know,
man, we
that's
can request that. And
Yeah.
actually, you could just Friday open gym. Be like, John, I'm not doing on the board. I'm going to be doing Turkish get-ups for an hour. Like, I'll just be over in this corner.
God.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I get into these workouts with like Jesse and John, and I'm like, "Do you have any friends? Like, this is hard.
To our ears, man. Music to our ears.
Torture.
Nobody likes."
So then, so kind of speaking of like we're talking about exercises that would help and in jujitsu. And so for anyone who's out there who's a martial artist and or does jujitsu martial arts, what would be your advice for them as kind of like how to get into strength training and how to develop their strength training habit for better success on the mat or whatever martial art they're doing?
It's you just have to decide what do you want to do. I mean, I do things now whether I want to or not, so that my future self will thank me. That's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
And there is no substitute for hard work. You just have to get in there and do it. And
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of, after being with you guys for so long, and it even really doesn't even take that long. You start to make friends. You start to see some of the same people. Eventually you make contacts. There's a couple people. There's probably like 4 of us now that walk home together because we all live locally. We text each other, "Hey, you going tonight? I really don't feel like going." And I'm like, "You're going."
Okay.
I'll be
Nice.
there. This person, that person's going to be there. There's no reason why I shouldn't go just because I don't feel like it.
Wow.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's hard. The first couple weeks are usually the hardest. You're trying to figure out how to pace yourself, how much to lift, how to do the correct movements, but it eventually starts to click and you see other people going through the same stuff. And believe it or not, you see progress.
Mm-hmm.
How long did that take for
so
you,
many
Matt?
people who've started and, within a few months, you're like, wow, you're looking lighter.
Yeah.
You're getting stronger. You can tell.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did that take you a while to get over that hump, or was that pretty soon?
Not really. Everybody's really encouraging there. And, better or worse, I like to, introduce my people and get to know people's names and, you get to see them. And, some people, they're there and you're not going to see them after they get married. They're there
Yeah.
to the wedding wait or whatever. But for the most part, people stick around because the quality workouts, you guys, you're very welcoming and they see results. That's the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's why I keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that I talk to, that's why they're there. They know that they're getting a workout like you're not going to get at LA Fitness or, no offense, Beach Body or whatever that's called, where they're running on the beach.
Right.
That's kind of cool for a little while, but there's something to be said about just consistency and coming in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Well, Matt, and thank you so much for your time today, and man, for sticking with Real Fitness for 10 plus years, and man, we can't wait to see like what else you accomplish out on the jiu-jitsu mat, and most importantly, that 405 bench press.
That's right.
Man,
Yes.
we're waiting for that. So
Coming.
Let's go.
Yeah. Hey,
come on,
wait,
let's do it.
wait, Matt, do you have any videos of your competitions?
I
Where
do.
you're slamming people?
Well, not
We
slamming,
gotta share
but
that.
giving them the business for sure.
You gave it the business. Okay. We gotta
I'll
see.
send
I
them
gotta
to you.
see.
You got to see some of that footage.
Yeah, man. We gotta see this.
100%.
Yeah.
How come that's not on social media yet?
Well, I always tell people, like, people wouldn't know I was alive unless my wife posted stuff.
Yeah,
So
no?
on her site, I just got to get it over to mine.
That's right. It's what it's for. That right there. Exactly what it's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Awesome.
I'll make
Matt,
sure to
thank you
send
so
it to you,
much.
though.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
that?
I'll be
Yeah,
sure
you
to
should
get
send it.
over to you.
Yeah,
you
send it to
you
us.
gotta let us see that.
Yeah.
And if you can let us post it, even better.
For sure.
There we go. Done. Done deal.
fantastic. It was a pleasure talking to you. It's been a while since I've seen you, and I learned so much today about you that I didn't know you got married. I didn't know you were a competitor martial artist, but everything else about you, I knew it. And today you surprised me so. And thank you for sharing
I feel like
your
there's so
story
much
today.
more to learn about all of you guys too, but we've got so much time.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you guys again. Always a pleasure. And you know, I love you guys and
Yeah, man.
let's go
Likewise.
down there.
All right.
Awesome.
All right,
All
man.
right. Thank you, Matt. Looking forward to seeing you in the gym.